Hello, friends. I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you doing today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? I hope everything is good and great and wonderful. Let me know in the comments. Seriously, I want to hear from you. I love hearing from you. So today I received something in the mail that I've been waiting to receive for a few years. It wasn't mailed a few years ago. It was mailed a couple weeks ago, but I've been waiting a few years to get this because it took that long to make. And if you remember, recently I received a Christmas card from my friend in the Netherlands, Dunga. And it's, his name is Roy, and he's a designer, now an author. Years ago, he told me that he wanted to write a book, and that it was set in Chicago during the 30s, Prohibition, that sort of stuff, and he asked me if he could ask me some questions about America, that time period, that sort of stuff. What was available, what wasn't available. Because he wanted it to be, at least historically plausible. Not necessarily historically accurate, because it's fantasy, right? Fiction. And I said, sure. So over the last few years, 2-3 years, I've been answering questions as much as I can, letting him, anytime he has something to sound on, and he's asked me to read some chapters and give him some feedback, I've done that. But he wrote a book, and I'm super proud of him. And I've been waiting to see it all this time. And this is like a first draft rough print copy that he had done at like a local, I guess like a printer there in, I don't know, Denmark, wherever this is. Right? That's the Netherlands, right? Shit. Sorry, Dunga. But this is it! And I'm excited. It's called Trouble's Just Begun by Roy Staub. I still don't know how to say his name. Could be Stos, for all I know. But I finally get to read the book. I finally get to read the whole book, and I'm in here. Well, there's a character in here named Tyler. So, here it is. I'm excited, and I'm very, very proud of him. And for those of you who are new here and haven't been following, last year I started working on a book. And I would say that I'm still working on that book, but I haven't put serious effort into it in a while. I have put effort into it for the last year, for over a year, but I haven't put serious effort into it in months. I have been putting effort into another book idea, and I now have another book idea in my head, and I would like to write a book. I really would. And the thing is, Dunga didn't. It took him years, but he did it. He's got a full, I don't know, he didn't put page numbers, however many pages this is, book done, and I can read it, and it's a full story, and I haven't done that. I haven't even got close to doing that. I've written a few chapters. And the thing is, when it comes to creativity like this, in particular, writing a long book, telling a long story, there has to be a certain amount of planning that goes into it, and I'm not good at planning. And on top of that, I never actually seriously thought about writing a book until, like, last year. I write a decent amount of poetry. I write a decent amount of, like, I don't want to say essays, but like one-page kind of, I guess they are essays. I write a decent amount of things, and at that time I was writing kind of like, not necessarily love letters, but more just like poetry about feeling, And she said, "You're really good with words. You should try to write a book." And I was like, maybe I should. And so for the last year, I've been studying how to write a book, because it's not just as simple as saying I should write a book and then just like, okay, I want to write a book about a guy who finds a thing and goes on a thing but yeah, you could do that, but nobody's going to buy the book because it doesn't have reality in it. And learning how to create believable characters, learning how to create relatable situations is actually a skill. And so I've spent a lot of time over the last year reading in the genre that I plan to write, which is the other thing. I've read a lot of fantasy in my whole life, but I was attempting to write a thriller, and I've never really read thrillers. So I've been reading a ton of thrillers over the past year. And I think I have an idea, but I don't know, will I get it done? Maybe. But this is really inspiring. It's super inspiring, and I'm excited to read it and tell you about it. Which, I will. I will tell you about it, because I at least owe that to Roy. It's been a long journey. I'm excited. What are you going to do this weekend? I hope to work on some stuff in this shop this weekend. That's my plan. And spend time with the girls, because I miss them. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends, and wonderful, wonderful people. I really appreciate you. And I will see you on Monday. Today's episode was brought to you by the word abstemious. It's an adjective. To eat plain and simple food in moderation, avoiding overindulgence in drink and gluttony at the table. Gandhi led an abstemious life. Abstemious. A-B-S-T-E-M-I-O-U-S.